Oh, I'm pretty sure a lot of people saw that this episode of Boruto. We've got some pretty big things coming up soon in the series. But let's talk about those little things at the end as well of this episode, because we're starting to get a little bit of the construction of like what's actually going down and what is going to be the first villain in Boruto, like Naruto Next Generations. Because I'm pretty excited about this, even though this episode pretty fucking goofy for the most part. I feel like it's safe to say as well, fuck you, Shino. I generally do not like you as this character. Like what we've seen of him from there, like a lot of the time, and especially you see more throughout the episode, he's there, like going around, like, yo, like, you know, I'm gonna teach these kids deep meaning, like, you know, and like it's like, oh, these guys and all that, they love like yakisoba and bread. Let's work this on teamwork and shit like that. And I'm there going, motherfucker, stop trying to be deep, like, because you are fucking jelly of Konohamaru, like, because he is the guy that a lot of people idolize, like, right up there. He's seen as like one of the strongest, which is weird because that's how the episode really starts off, with Konohamaru showing people summoning jutsus. Like, they were showing them, oh, I'm gonna like summon a frog, like I'm gonna show you like this real big, like, massive frog, like, also as well, here's how to summon ninja tools as well. I found that actually really interesting for the most part. That like Konohamaru is actually like really like this guy that a lot of people seemingly like idolize in the school. Whether or not like he's actually like a proper elite like ninja, it seems like he's pretty good. Like, I kind of find that interesting, whereas like he's kind of pretty much reached that like area where he's really skilled, and then a lot of them, how they say, well, of course he is. He's like, you know, he's also the grandson of the third Hokage. Of course he's supposed to be, you know, really strong and stuff. Like, I kind of like that when like how it triggers it is like Boruto doesn't treat him with any respect. He's like, yo, that's my big bro right there, and he's like, yo, call me sensei. Girls get upset about this because they're literally like going, Konohamaru sensei is literally the coolest and the strongest, like, don't mess with him. And I kid you not, that's how it starts off. And then it escalates because Sarada and Boruto, even though they're best friends, like Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, they all hanged out, and they're actually like childhood friends, and they actually really goddamn appreciate one another. But it just seems like they're just friends by the sake of being friends. It's like, yeah, no, that's pretty much it for the most part. Like, screw it, like that. It's like, and pretty much they just hanged out with different people. Like, that's pretty much how it is. It's like, just screw it, I'm hanging out with Chocho, which a lot of them didn't seem like very likable for the most part when you first saw him. Like, Chocho's like, oh, I'm just gonna steal the fucking food because fuck you. That's my whole gimmick and all that. And like, from what we got to see a little bit of the other girls as well, which I'm kind of like, they try to show a lot in this episode, where it's like, let's have a look at a bunch of the new characters, but they don't give them time, where it's like a big part of the episode is like when they have the boys versus girl war. It's like, yes, let's show, you know, how serious and all that we are and all that. Yeah, let's show that you can't be fucked with, and like, you know, she like sets up a like a weird little like catch the flag kind of tournament thing for him. It's like, yeah, go after that thing. I goddamn enjoyed that. And one thing was like, it was really like weird when they showed off. It's like, yeah, let's show off all these characters, and then they had introduced like some new kind of boy characters. Same thing with a lot. There was a couple of girls as well, also as well, like, you know, the one that a lot of people are like calling like the Hinata of the series, showing off a little bit about her. There was also one that I actually thought she had like kind of the cool design for the most part. Like, she had like the monkey tail, and I was thinking like, oh, is she gonna be like the taijutsu kind of person, or like is she gonna be like kind of like what we see with Metal Lee? I kind of really enjoy if that was something like what she has. She seems like really like, you know, super like kind of cocky and stuff. That looks like a kind of interesting character, but they didn't give enough time to them. And I feel like if you got these bunch of new characters that you want to show off, I feel like this would be a good time, because we've had an episode about Iwabe, and I feel like I kind of want to see some of the others as well, on both like male and boys, and like, let's see other people that isn't, you know, like Shikadai and like a bunch of those characters. I think that would have been kind of cool for the most part. But overall, like, when we see like how it escalated, when it was like, let's get to the rooftops, let's go on it, because the fact that the episode is about fucking Boruto and Sarada complaining, I wanted the fucking yakisoba bread. It's like, oh, this is so fucking stupid. This is really stupid. Like when you think about it, and it's like, never mind and all that, like, you know, like, oh, it's dumb. And even though I know it's super dumb, I'm still smiling, and it's like, okay, I'm enjoying it for the ride and all that. Like, you don't take this seriously at all. But when they get to the rooftop and Boruto pulls a summoning jutsu out there, that's when things get a little bit more interesting, as he does a summoning jutsu, summons this giant like snake monster, and we see this beast right next to it, which is the thing that's been making things a lot more corrupt. And even Konohamaru, when he had to step in, he's like, Boruto can't summon that yet. That is way above his level. And like at first, I thought like it would have been cool if he like summoned like as they were talking like the third like when they're talking about summonings and stuff like that. It would have been kind of cool. It's like yeah, let's bring out like the monkey that he had and all that, and let that be corrupt. I thought that would have been a cool little like thing to throw back. I thought that would have been enjoyable. But no, like what they bring is like this giant like snake monster. Konohamaru has to step in, Rasengan this thing, and Boruto has to save Chocho as she's about to fall over. And he felt bad because he pretty much summoned this monster. But then again, like we see this creature and it's like, what the hell is it? It clearly is a beast. It doesn't look like a tail beast or anything, and from what we've seen of it, from the size, you compare it to like what a tail beast is. Like a tail beast is fucking humongous. So like, what is it? And this is where I've kind of had the prediction so far. I think this is an artificial, like, beast and all that, and it makes a lot of sense when we see right at the end of the episode, Mitsuki's there. Like, and honestly, I feel like what this is something that Orochimaru, like, created a long time ago. This is one of his old experiments, and I wouldn't be surprised if Mitsuki's there, and it's like, he's the reason is to keep tabs on the school alongside with what's happening with this beast, because he's like, there are sightings of it, so I am pretty curious that that's where this is going to be going right now and all that. Obviously, it's still all a prediction so far, but I feel like it would make sense and all that why Mitsuki's coming over. He's going to try to keep tabs. His school is like, yeah, good, like do all that and keep an eye on it. It'd be interesting because we've seen filler like arcs and episodes before that have kind of focused on what happens if we take this. Even as well, canon characters. We had the Gold and Silver brothers who literally ate like I believe it was parts of like stuff in like the intestines of the Nine Tails. There was that filler arc where like a guy had like I believe it was like Nine Tails like DNA or just chakra infused into like one of his arms or something. I remember like watching a tiny bit of that fella. So it would make sense. It's like, what happens if he just happened to get a bunch of chakra for some of the tail beast and it made this amalgam of like a creature, or if this is like something there's like, it's like, oh, this is like a weird morbid creature of like, one of the tail beasts itself, or if there's a lot of them. So I'd be kind of curious, like, what did he make, like, if anything. So I'm kind of curious what they're going to be doing with it for the most part and all that. But I feel like for the most part, like, oh, the end and all that, Sarada, like, Boruto and all that, they're all friends. They all kind of get on and they get together again, and it's like, it literally pretty much cuts out as soon as we see Mitsuki. So other than that, I enjoyed the episode. I thought it was pretty goddamn fun. I had a lot of fun with it. Regardless of how dumb it was, I was smiling a lot of the points through the episode. But other than that, it's a harmless episode, but then again, it added some interesting stuff. And I was kind of surprised, like, with Konohamaru. Like, I was like, oh, they're really kind of pushing Konohamaru in this episode and showing that, yeah, Konohamaru is actually really special now. Like, when he's seen a lot, it never really was that kind of, like, I got that from, like, watching the movie, or, like, any, like, rereading, like, kind of, the Boruto manga, when they recap that stuff. But definitely in the anime, it's like, let's make him a little bit more special. And I kind of like that they're trying to do that with certain characters, but I will say, holy fuck, I hate Shino. Like, I think Shino is a clear-up asshole, and he's trying so hard, and I think they're trying too much with this game. It's like, let's make him now that he's a big, important character, let's try and make him, like, very wise, and it's like, even the kids are like, you're fucking pathetic, Shino. Like, you're a laughingstock, and I kind of wish they had other characters there showing up. And if anything, if they got some cool characters and all that, which I thought were interesting, like, I really want to see some more, like, show me more, like, characters that you got a character like Awabe, where it's like, I know Awabe's a dick, but I genuinely actually like that character. Or if you've got like a couple other, like that monkey girl, I thought she was cool, and there was that weird like explosive chick, and then also as well that other little very shy like Hinata girl there. So we'll see and all that, like what's going on. They clearly have a bunch of characters they want to introduce, but hopefully they'll get their screen time. I'm very curious, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Like, I thought there was a lot to talk about this Boruto episode. I actually had a lot of fun like doing this one as well and all that. So I'm curious to see what you guys think. That's all from me though. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you guys though next time.